Most people who go to used car lots are overlooking these three luxury SUVs. They're parked in the back rows covered in dust, ignored. Their price is twice as low because many people simply don't want to be seen in one. But here's the truth. These are exactly the vehicles you should be looking at if you're over 50 or if you're thinking long-term. They're the ones I recommend to my clients over 60. And when they go to the shop with 180,000 kilometers on the clock, they leave with just an oil change and a handshake. And pay attention to this, because each of these SUVs fulfills a key requirement. They don't look like senior citizen vehicles, but they're made for exactly that purpose. Comfortable and extremely reliable. Number 3 on the list is a great buy. But number 1, that's the one I would buy tomorrow for someone in my family without a second thought. So don't leave without seeing what makes them stand out on this list. Welcome to AutoStop. We're starting this list with the second-generation Acura RDX, 2013 to 2018 models. And I'm going to tell you exactly why this vehicle is a goldmine for seniors. This is the SUV no one talks about, not because it's bad, but because Acura probably has the worst marketing in the luxury world. They build mechanically excellent vehicles, and then no one knows about them. And that's exactly why you can buy one today for a ridiculously low price compared to what it actually offers. Last year, a 71-year-old retired teacher asked me for advice. She was coming off knee surgery, and her old Subaru Forester was killing her when she had to use it. Every time she got in or out of the vehicle, it hurt. Her daughter insisted she buy a new Honda CR-V because it's reliable. But when I asked for a quote, they had about $16,000. I told them to give me an hour and come back. I searched on AutoTrader and found 3 great deals. I called a friend at a wholesale lot, and we found a 2016 Acura RDX, 102,000 kilometers, all-wheel drive, leather, heated seats, for $15,400. He took it that same weekend. 6 months later, he came back. Not because of a problem. He came back for an oil change and gave me a hug. He said something very simple. It doesn't hurt to get in or out of the car anymore. That's all you need to know. Now let's get to the important part. What really defines this SUV? The engine. Acura fitted it with a J35Y6 block, a naturally aspirated 3.5-liter V6 with port injection. And this isn't a minor technical detail. Naturally aspirated means you don't have a turbo waiting to fail at 90,000 kilometers. Port injection means you don't have carbon buildup on the valves like in many modern European SUVs. This engine is from the same family used in the Honda Pilot and Honda Odyssey. Engines that can easily exceed 300,000 kilometers with basic maintenance. Oil changes, fluid top-ups, and they're still running. And it's not just the engine. The transmission is a 6-speed automatic with a torque converter. No CVT, no dual clutch, nothing experimental. A traditional transmission that Honda has been perfecting for over 2 decades. In all my experience, the few that failed had one very clear reason: owners who never changed the transmission fluid. That's not a mechanical failure. That's neglect. Now, here's what's most important for our audience: true comfort. The seat height is approximately 23 inches from the ground. That's the sweet spot. You don't have to climb in like in a tall SUV or duck down like in a low sedan. You simply slide in effortlessly. The doors open to almost 80 degrees. That means plenty of legroom, hip room, and back room. If you have stiffness, if you have pain, this detail completely changes the experience. The interior is spacious, comfortable, and well-designed, and something that's becoming increasingly rare these days: excellent visibility. You don't have those high body lines that make you feel enclosed. Here, you can see clearly in all directions. The current market price for a 2016 RDX with less than 130,000 kilometers is between $14,000 and $17,000. Compare that to a BMW X3 of the same year, which easily goes for between $19,000 and $24,000. And that's just the beginning, because maintaining the BMW can cost you more than $1,000 a year. The RDX is around $500. Now, if you're going to buy one, there are 3 things you should check. First, the power liftgate. Some motors can weaken with use. It's not serious. Second, listen to the engine when it's cold. It should sound smooth. If there's a knocking noise that doesn't go away, it's best to look for another one. Third, check the rear differential fluid in all-wheel drive versions. Acura recommends changing it every 48,000 kilometers, and many people don't. If all that's okay, you have a luxurious SUV that's comfortable, reliable, easy to use, and can be with you for years without giving you any headaches. This is the kind of purchase that people overlook, but those who know take advantage of. And don't get too comfortable, because the next SUV on this list is the one that many mechanics are really fighting over at auctions because they want one for their own families. Here we have the most underrated luxury SUV around today. The Lexus GX 460. Within the Lexus family, it's one of the most overlooked models, which makes it a great option for anyone who wants real reliability and luxury at a ridiculously low price. This vehicle represents exactly what many are looking for today without even realizing it. True durability, simple mechanics, and zero drama over the years. A couple of years ago, a retired engineer, one of those who doesn't buy anything without thoroughly researching it, came in with a classic problem. He had a 2008 Mercedes GL 450 and had just received a $4,200 estimate just to repair the air suspension. He was tired of putting money into it. He asked me if it was worth fixing or if he should sell it. I told him something he wasn't expecting. Sell it today. When he asked me what he should buy, instead, I told him to look at a Lexus GX 460. He gave me a strange look, as if I had recommended something boring or uninspired. 2 weeks later, he came back. I bought a 2014 GX 460 with 145,000 kilometers for $24,500. Today, that car has over 250,000 kilometers. Repairs? A battery, brakes, tires, and a wheel bearing. Nothing else. Every year, he writes to tell me how much money he saved compared to the Mercedes. The last message was clear: $7,800 in a single year. Now understand this, because here's the key to everything. The GX 460 is what happens when a brand decides to build a vehicle to last anywhere in the world, not just to show off in a dealership. The engine is the 1UR-FE, a naturally aspirated 4.6-liter V8. No turbo, no unnecessary mechanical stress, no delicate parts waiting to fail. But it also has something that almost no competitor offers: direct and port injection. That eliminates the carbon buildup problem that plagues many modern engines. This engine is designed for markets where dealerships aren't readily available, where a vehicle absolutely has to keep running. Timing chain, no belts to change, no complicated systems. It's engineering designed to last for decades. The transmission is another reason why this SUV is so solid. A 6-speed automatic that Toyota has been using for over 15 years with virtually no changes. Why? Because it works. And when something works, you don't mess with it. Plus, you have permanent all-wheel drive with a torsion-center differential. This means you basically don't have to think. You don't have to switch modes or worry about which system to use. The vehicle adapts itself to any weather or terrain. For an older person who wants simplicity, that's exactly what you need. This SUV is taller than the RDX, yes, but Lexus thought of that. They all come with side steps, so you're not climbing, you're climbing with support. The door opens fully, access is wide, and you can do something crucial. You sit down first and then put your legs in. For someone with back or knee problems, that completely changes the experience. The seats are on another level. Heated, ventilated, fully power adjustable, and with a steering wheel that extends far enough to accommodate any driver. Whether you're short or tall, you'll find your perfect driving position in this SUV. Now let's talk about money, because this is where many people go wrong. Average maintenance costs are around $750 a year according to general data. But in the real world, with a good independent mechanic, it's often closer to $400. And most importantly, the likelihood of a major repair is a mere 9%. That's half of what you typically see in luxury SUVs. In today's market, a 2014 to 2016 GX 460 with fewer than 170,000 kilometers is going for between $24,000 and $30,000. That might seem high until you compare it to a Mercedes GLE or a BMW X5 from the same year, which cost about the same but can rack up $5,000 repair bills in just a few years. This is where this Lexus wins, not in the initial price, but in the total long-term cost of ownership. If you're going to see one, there are 3 things you should check carefully. First, the rear air suspension. It's quite reliable, but it can develop leaks over time. It's not expensive to fix, but it should be checked. Second, the rear side door. If it's sagging, it may need adjusting or repair. Third, check if the vehicle has been used off-road. Many owners do this because this SUV can handle it, but it accelerates wear and tear on the suspension. If all of that is in order, you have one of the most durable SUVs ever made. This is the vehicle for those who want to buy once and forget about it for years. Yes, it's more fuel efficient, getting around 17 miles per gallon. And it's not the easiest to park if you're not used to large vehicles. But if what you want is peace of mind, comfort, and true reliability, this is one of the best you can get. And now, get ready, because number 1 is the luxury SUV I've recommended most to my retired clients throughout my entire career. In first place, we have the SUV I recommend without hesitation when someone tells me, I want to buy one and forget about it for years. This is the Lexus RX 350, the most comfortable luxury SUV for seniors with the lowest maintenance costs ever built. Before we talk about it, please consider subscribing if you find this video helpful. It would help me continue creating more helpful content like this. The one we're going to talk about is the RX 350 from 2010 to 2015. The third generation is the SUV I recommend to those who tell me they want an SUV they can keep until they completely stop driving. I have a client who bought a 2013 RX 350 with 98,000 kilometers about 7 years ago. Today she's 78 years old. The vehicle has over 180,000 kilometers, and in all that time she spent $1,560 on repairs. That includes brakes, 2 batteries, and a window regulator. We're talking about roughly $220 a year. That's unheard of in the luxury world. No other SUV comes close to that level of low maintenance. Now you understand why. The engine is the 2GRV, a naturally aspirated 3.5-liter V6 with multi-point fuel injection and a timing chain. This engine is considered one of the most reliable ever made. That's no exaggeration. It's in millions of vehicles worldwide. Toyota built it for the Camry, the Avalon, the Highlander, the Sienna, and of course, the Lexus RX and ES. There are actual records of these engines exceeding 500,000 kilometers without being opened. I personally saw 2 of these engines removed for inspection at over 460,000 kilometers, and both showed wear within factory tolerances. That's serious engineering. The transmission is just as solid, a 6-speed automatic, Toyota's famous U660E. There are documented cases of transmissions with over 500,000 kilometers still functioning properly. I'm not telling you not to change the oil. Do it, but the point is clear. This powertrain is built to outlast the vehicle itself. It's practically indestructible. Now, here's why this RX is the perfect SUV for seniors. True comfort. This SUV was designed with life sitting in mind. The seat height is approximately 21 inches. Lexus calls it chair height, and that's exactly what it is. You don't have to climb in. You don't have to bend down. You just sit down. For someone with knee or hip problems, this completely changes the daily experience. The doors open wide. The sills are low. The floor is flat. The steering wheel adjusts for reach and height. The mirrors are large, and visibility is excellent. They didn't sacrifice visibility for design here, as many brands do these days. You see, well, you drive smoothly, effortlessly. And then there's the ride. This SUV isn't built for speed. It's built so you don't feel the road. Lexus fine-tuned this generation to absorb bumps, imperfections, everything. It's a smooth, quiet, comfortable vehicle. For someone with back pain or sensitivity to rough roads, the difference is remarkable. The cabin is so quiet you can talk on the phone at 112 kilometers per hour without raising your voice. Its current price is what makes it unbeatable. A Lexus RX 350 from 2013 to 2015 with good mileage goes for between $17,000 and $22,000. And yes, that's a lot of money, but compare it to an Audi Q5 from the same year, which costs practically the same. The difference is what comes next. The Audi will cost you thousands in repairs. Just the timing chain tensioner can cost you close to $2,800. The Lexus will only need an air filter. The data backs it up. RepairPal lists the annual maintenance cost for the RX 350 at $57, which is the lowest of any mid-size luxury SUV on the market. The likelihood of a major repair is 9%, compared to 19% for the segment average, roughly half the average for luxury SUVs. Now, if you're going to see one, check the following. First, the instrument cluster. Some 2010 to 2013 models had a problem with the cluster in hot weather. Toyota extended the warranty, and most have been replaced, but double check. Second, listen to the power steering. If there's a whining noise, it may need repair. The RX uses electric power steering, and the motor can wear out at high mileage. It costs $700 to repair. It's not a big deal, but use it as leverage. Third, check the tailgate struts. They're inexpensive, but a common point of wear. And here's an important tip. If you find one that has had only one elderly owner with a little wear and tear on the interior, don't think twice. Who should buy this SUV? Just about any senior citizen who wants peace of mind. If you want a vehicle you can use for 10 years without worrying about costly breakdowns, this is the one. If you have joint problems, the seat height alone justifies the purchase. And if you share the vehicle with someone else, the adjustments allow both of you to ride comfortably. Who should rule it out? If you need 3 rows of seats, look for a Highlander. If you need to tow more than 1.5 tons, the GX 460 is a better option. And if you're looking for sportiness, this isn't the vehicle. This is pure comfort. It handles like a well-made sofa. And that's exactly what many people want. In conclusion, here are my final thoughts on these 3 models. The Acura RDX is the smart, budget-friendly option. The Lexus GX 460 is the reliable tank. And the Lexus RX 350 is the benchmark for quality. The perfect balance. Any of these 3 will give you a luxurious experience without the high repair costs. And any of them will outlast vehicles that cost twice as much. Forget what shines on the showroom floor. These are the ones that are truly worth it. If you're thinking about buying a car this year, be careful and make a good decision. Here's the latest video featuring the new Toyota pickups arriving this year to dominate the market. Click to start.